Hello, I would like to thank everyone for joining me today and my social media and the world speech. Social media is one of the largest influences on the world today. Even though it can be very useful, it can also be very scary. Social media has millions and millions of users on it all around the world, and there's more than one social media website. Although there are many great outcomes of social media, there are very many scary things on it. There can be child predators. Nowadays, there's been quite a few teen suicides because of cyberbullying, and people are starting to lose their jobs because they're posting inappropriate things on Facebook. So since all these are pretty horrible things, what makes social media worth it? Social media is used all over the globe and impacts everyone every day. It can be used to upload pictures, tell your friends what you've been up to, you can share news articles. You can basically do anything on social media. You can post anything that you want everyone to know about. So, what is the largest social media website, you may ask yourself? The answer to that is Facebook. Facebook can be used to keep in touch with old friends, post pictures, post statuses, share news articles, and find out about all the latest gossip going on in the area. According to Facebook around the world, there are more than 800 million users on Facebook. That is larger than the entire population of Europe. Here on one of my posters, this shows what countries have the largest amount of Facebook users. You can see it will be North America, South America, Europe, Southeast Asia, and Australia. These are very large numbers, and it shows that 50% of the population of Canada, the US, and Australia are on Facebook. That is 50% of the entire population. That is huge. And there's more than one social media website. There's Twitter, there's Instagram, there's MySpace, the list goes on and on. All these sites also have very familiar functions with Facebook. However, Facebook is still the largest social media website. And since there are so many Facebook media users worldwide, it has such a large impact on the world because you can basically access social media anywhere 24/7, wherever you have internet available. So even though social media can be dangerous, can the large impact of it do any good on the world? The answer to this question is yes. Social media can be used for companies to advertise and get their names out into the communities. They can create their own pages for themselves, showing everything that their company can offer, prices, what days they're open, and that can be really great. Also, it is great to keep in touch with people you haven't seen in such a long time, like family members who live far away from you, and even old friends from high school. Also, political parties and elected officials are now using social media to try to get people to vote for them. According to voters in social media, between the years 2010 and 2014, here I'll show you on my little poster. You can see here that between 2010 and 2014, the amount of people using social media to find who they should be voting for has tripled over the years. That is crazy. How many people are trying to figure out who they should be voting for in the next elections because of their Facebook pages? So social media now has many news articles, magazine articles, and other interesting facts that people can share with their friends. So you can also be aware of what's going on around the globe. Using social media can be amazing for communicating with everyone around the world. However, it can be very scary. Parents need to be teaching their children that what they post on Facebook will be there forever. And kids don't understand that. They can post inappropriate pictures, statuses, and comments, and once they post that, it will be there forever. There's no taking it back. Also, there are many child predators on there that are looking for kids. With 800 million users, it's really easy for a child predator to go on there, talk to a girl, ask if they want to meet up, and then it can just go all downhill from there. We've heard about lots going on in the news where someone plans to meet up with someone they met on a social media website that they've never actually met before in person, and they get themselves into horrible situations. So according to Facebook users and news, here, I'll show you on my other little poster, my statistics I have. Here, you can see that 64% of US adults are on Facebook. This is scary because it shows that adults are looking at other people's profiles. Just because you can see here that 68% of people are only on Facebook just to view other people's profiles. That is really scary, that adults are basically just on it to be viewing other people's profiles. That's not safe. Also, social media has been linked to many teen suicides because of cyberbullying, because people would rather say rude things to each other over a keyboard rather than in person, and it can get very, very bad. Also, it can be linked to many cases of depression and anxiety and all those sad things that come around with teenagers. Also, many people have been losing their jobs because of social media. They'll be posting rude things about their managers, the company, basically anything inappropriate, and it can lead them to getting fired, because if their boss sees that, they'll fire them. They don't want that. They don't want someone who's negative working for their company posting stuff on Facebook for everyone to see. And now employers are looking at people's profiles to see whether they should hire them or not. So they'd be really upset if you had a very bad profile on Facebook and you didn't get hired for a job because of it, because they didn't like what they saw on there, and that could cost you lots and lots of money. So social media can be extremely scary because of all those facts. And social media is one of the largest impacts on the world today. It can be great for contacting people around the world, however, it does have many downfalls with it. To you, is social media worth it? You can ask yourself that. Thank you for listening.